Okay, hello everyone. So we've just got the announcement for this year's Operation Summer, or as it's called this year, Operation Heat, and there's some interesting stuff. So I thought, you know what, let's do a little live sort of first impressions, sort of analysis of the news page, and see what we can get out of this. So start off news page. Obviously, it's on the main War Thunder page. First thing there, Operation Heat. Interesting stuff. So, nice sort of artwork here. Of course, we have a bull armored car. We got the Aero Cobra. Is it the Aero Cobra? What is it? The Aero Comet? I think it's the Aero Comet. But yeah, America's first jet. Very well known as an underpowered aircraft. So you know. Also some boats. Of course, we have everything. Unfortunately, not a helicopter. I was hoping for a heli, but we do not have one. But we do have some very nice stuff to talk about. So, first off, how is the Water Warriors? It's very important because this summer we'll meet our comrades in arms, the commanders of naval vessels who will join our tankers and pilots in a big event. The heat begins. It's very, very interesting. So, from the 2nd of August, we have some time to go actually until this actually starts. But from the 2nd of August until the 26th of August, you will earn marks of distinction. This is good. Previously, obviously, we had crafting events, like with the IS-7. People did not like this one bit. That annoyed a lot of people. It's not that it's necessarily a bad event style, but it's an event style that no one really enjoys. So, they've gone back to the marks of distinction. Now, obviously we'll check in a bit, but it's likely you can buy these marks of distinction at 4 golden eagles if you miss one, and that's a lot easier than having to, you know, spend 100 Gaijin coin on a single component for your IS-7 that you don't have. Now, during this, 6 new premium vehicles. 6 premium vehicles. They're all premium. This is good. So, what do we got? First off, a new BT-7, the BT-7 F-32. By the looks of it, it's just a BT-7 with... Hopefully this comes up if we go to the Russian tech tree. The F-32 cannon is I believe, on... Is it on a KV-1? What is it on? No, it's on 234. F-34. F-34, where is that cannon? I've seen this before. Seen the F-32. Do let me know in the comments if you know what tank it's on. But I've seen the F-32 cannon somewhere. I swear I've seen the F-32. Where is it? It's gotta be here. Okay, I'll leave it for now. But I'm pretty sure the F-32 is on another... Actually, wait. No, wait a minute. Is it on the Matilda? No, it's not. Okay, never mind. Okay, but that cannon I'm pretty sure I've seen before. I believe it's a 76mm? Yep, 76mm cannon with APHE rounds. So, this is the first vehicle, the first tank, T-28. Okay, thanks. But this is our first tanking vehicle for the tank marks of distinction. It's a BT-7. We all know the BT-7. It's fast, it's agile, usually has a slightly less powerful gun, but it's small, it's agile, it's fast. This, though, better gun, 76mm long-barreled 76mm cannon by the looks of it, so you should have decent accuracy at longer ranges, APHE rounds, excellent dynamics. Now, they said that for the Leclerc in that dev blog. And when you play the Leclerc, you can sort of get what they're saying. It's got a good mix of armor, speed, firepower, good mix of those things, so I presume that's what they're talking about. Scouting and repair assistance abilities. So, scouting. It's a scout vehicle, you've got a good gun, and you're fast. And it's a premium. So, I think this is going to be a very fun vehicle. I'm looking forward to picking this up. Only 2 camos shown. You've got a green and a sort of yellow, sandy type tone camouflage, and you also have the standard green, so you know, fairly decent. But that's our first vehicle, and of course it says at the bottom you can get the BT-7 F-32 by completing the Operation Heat tasks, and we will look in a second at just how many you have to do just to sort of to get this vehicle. So with that said, we're going to move on now to the first aircraft. This is the Bf-110C6. It was a while ago that obviously they upgraded, or updated I should say, the models for all the Bf-110s, so it seemed likely we'll get another one, and this is it. This is a premium version. Check the dev blog and see what we're looking at. So first off, lovely camo, desert camouflage, looks pretty good. Only camo they show as far as I... Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. Because usually they do... Let me just check. Are there secondary camos? Yeah, there's more camos. Okay, so there is another camo. It's this camo. I can see it being something that some people like, some people don't. I think that's fine. Is the screen frozen? Ah, okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. That work? No. What? Why you do this? OBS, what is this? That's confusing. Okay, 1 minute. Let me just fix it. I'll just redo it. Why is OBS being stupid? It works and then it doesn't work. Yes, that. That and that. That. I don't get this. What's up with this? What are you doing? Okay, let me just try and capture Chrome itself rather than doing a thing. What is this? Why does it do this? Just do this. No, it's black. Why is it black? What is this? Oh my god, why is OBS? Okay, well, that's annoying. Okay, so it's just gone black. Okay, give me a minute. I'll try and fix this. Okay, should now be fixed, I believe. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Infinite tunnel of death through OBS. Good stuff. Okay, so that should be working. Right, does it work now? Okay, I'll keep an eye on my phone to make sure. Right, okay, so let's start over then. Operation Heat. First off, nice art, very good. We have the Jet, the Bull, and Boaty Boat. I believe these are the 3 top prizes for each vehicle class. This will be including boats, aircraft, and tanks, not helicopters, which is annoying because I wanted an event heli, but I guess not for now at least. So this will be from the 2nd of August till the 26th of August. That's what we're going to be. That's the time you have to do the event. I'm surprised they're not starting it this weekend, but instead they're starting it in about a week's time. I don't see why they're doing that, but I guess there's probably reasons behind it. So to do this, you earn marks of distinction in battles by completing special tasks. This is good, purely because last time it was a crafting event. Not that it was a bad event style, but a lot of people didn't like it, and it was iffy. Now we have marks of distinction. If you miss one, you can buy it with Golden Eagles, and this solves all the problems. You don't have to shell out your $100 for a single component for your IS-7 that you missed. So, the awards. What will you be getting during this event? First off, tanks. Let's start with the tanks. And yes, a tier 4 jet. We'll get onto that in a bit. The 2 tanks. Well, one of them's not exact. One's an armored car, but still. So this is the BT-7. We all know the BT-7. Brilliant for getting God mode. Good, fast little sort of recon tank. Nice little gun. It's fairly decent. This, though, is the BT-7 F32, and if we go to its actual dev blog page, you will see that this has a 76mm cannon with APHE rounds. This is the F32 cannon, which, as far as I know, is, at least I was just told, that it is featured on one of the T-28s in the Russian tree. Now, this still has the scouting and the repair assistance ability of a light tank. As Gaijin say, excellent dynamics. I presume they are talking about the good speed, the good gun, all that kind of stuff. It's a decent looking vehicle. You are fast, you have scouting ability, a much more powerful gun, and it's a longer barreled 76, which I would presume means that it has decent long range firing capability. Cons, weak armor, small crew. It's a small tank, it's lightly armored, but really with this your main pros are going to be your speed, and now with this new gun, your firepower. So something I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, and of course you can get the BT-7 F32 by completing the Operation Heat tasks. So looks pretty decent. It's a tier 2, it's a premium. I'm excited to give this a go. Moving back, the second tank, the top ground forces prize, is the Albel, I don't know how to pronounce it, don't get annoyed. The Albel 74 HVG Tier 5 Italy, which is interesting because they removed the M60 Premium, the M60 Ariete, and that means there's no Tier 5 Premium. And here it says 6 new premium vehicles. This is premium, so this must be premium too. So Italy gets a new Tier 5 Premium, and it is a fast armored car. This being a premium, people will use it to grind the Italian tree. This thing in the tech tree version is already very, very irritating. So, yeah, this is going to be fun. So first off, what do we got? Accurate cannon that fires APDS FS shells, armor piercing, discarding sabot, fin stabilized. Decent stuff. Equipped with a stabilizer, so it not only has it got good rounds, and it can reach speeds of over 100 kilometers per hour, but it is also stabilized. And it's a premium at Tier 5. Yes, and the only con is it has weak armor. Again, like the BT7, you got a good gun, you're fast, armor is not exactly needed in that regard. As you can see, 2 camos, standard Italian armored car, sort of brown, olive type color. We've seen this on the other Albel on the tech tree. Not a problem. This, though, I like this camo. I presume this is the unlockable camo for another task that you have to do. And yeah, this is going to be crazy OP. Not going to look a huge amount into this, but you know, it's pretty decent looking. It's Tier 5, pretty quick. As far as I can tell, it's a premium vehicle. And of course, you can get it by completing the tasks. Now that we looked at the vehicles, let's go and look at the 2 tanks. Let's look at what you need to do. So, marks of distinction for tankers. First one, ammunition decoration. I don't think we can see what these look like. But yes, after 5 of these, so I believe it's every 2 days, 5 of these, you get the BT7. 6 of them, you get the BT7 additional camouflage. Then you, for 6 and 9, also get another ammunition decoration. I'm presuming this is some kind of 3D decoration in the shape of maybe a tank round or something. 10 of them, you get the actual Albel 74 HVG. Good vehicle. At least by the looks of it, by the looks of the vehicle, it will be quite good. And then you get, obviously for 11, the camo, and for 12, 1 more of the ammunition decorations. Moving on now to the aircraft. First off, BF-110C6. So obviously a while back, they did update the models for the BF-110, and, you know, they added a few new variants. This looks to be another variant that may have come from that and has been saved back for an event. Looking at this in its actual self-contained devlog. This camo, I can see this being one that some people will like, some people will dislike. I'm 50-50 on it. I don't know if it's nice looking or kind of weird looking. It is. They don't show another camo, but obviously for the aircraft, marks of distinction. For 6 of them, you do get a camo for this, so there will be an additional camouflage. Not sure what it will be. It is not shown here, but that's that. That looks like a big gun. So, pros, effective against ground vehicles. The 110s, all of them, especially the newer ones that were added, are really just brilliant close air support aircraft. Very nice for low tier Germany. Good survivability. Cannon ammo capacity 60 rounds as a con. I'm presuming that's the cannon. What kind of cannon is this? Is it a 30? It says 30mm cannon rounds a lot. Yeah, so it looks like that's a 30. Do correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's a 30. From just quickly glancing at this. Slow speed as well. It's a heavy fighter. It depends what BR it's at, obviously. The earlier ones are quite a low BR, but as they get more weapons through the few variants we have, they do go up in BR, and the performance is less and less sort of powerful. But yeah, slow speed, low cannon capacity. That looks like a pretty big cannon pod, though, so I'm presuming either it's just a 30 that's a big 30mm cannon, or it is actually bigger than a 30, and that will do a lot of damage. That's pretty much it, I believe. Yep. Apparently it's an extremely interesting aircraft to use at lower battles. I wouldn't say it's extremely interesting as just it's a 110, but it could be interesting with the playstyle and using it for close air support. But yes, so fairly slow, but as you expect, it is important. It doesn't really need to be so fast if you're taking out ground vehicles. So I am interested to see this perform in the lower tiers of ground forces. Moving on now. This is the interesting one. This is what I think most of us are actually interested to see. This is a premium aircraft. It's a jet. It's not a tier 5 premium jet, though. This is it's a tier 4 premium jet. Why is this the case? Well, it's the Aerocomet It's the P-59A. I believe this was America's first jet aircraft. Well, you see, it's very slow. It's not that quick. That's the big problem here. So let's go and look into this one a bit more detail than we've looked at the other ones in. So first off, excellently armed. When it comes to the armament, we have got... Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so I'm presuming that is a 37mm cannon, and they're 50 cals. This is interesting. Okay. I thought this was just... Yeah. So you have 350 cals and a 37mm M4 cannon. So close air support? Possibly. Depending on what rounds you get in that 37mm cannon, I would think possibly. Of course, this was made by Bell, the same company who made the P-63 King Cobra and then the P-39 Aerocobra. They had, at least especially the King Cobra, 37mm cannon. So I'm presuming it's the same, if not just a very similar gun to that. But this looks nice. I'm presuming that is either I'm presuming this is the secondary camo, and this is the first one. They have that camo in the first picture, so I'm presuming it's the brown camouflage first, then the silver one. I don't mind that. And being a tier 4, I think it's fair to say this will be a premium aircraft. Of course, first rank 4, I wouldn't say it's a pro that it's the first tier 4 jet-powered aircraft. I think there are aircraft such as the the Heinkel 162, the Volksjager, that could be a tier 4, looking at their performance. I think this is a similar case. They've just put it there as maybe a little thing to say, oh, look, it's the first tier 4. And it says first tier 4 jet fighter. Will there be more? We can only really speculate at this point, but it's interesting, and it will likely be a premium vehicle. Cons, relatively slow in comparison to other jet-powered fighters. We really won't know how much of a con that is until we know the BR of this aircraft and what it's actually going to be facing. So, P-39 Aerocomet is destined for greatness. Again, I wouldn't speak so soon. I think we'll have to wait and see what BR it's at and see how it performs. But still, a 37mm nose-mounted cannon, that could be good. That could actually be very good for killing tanks, depending on what rounds that gets. If not, if it doesn't have any sort of good armor-piercing rounds, it could still be used to take out aircraft pretty well. You've got to remember, the 37mm round, that is a big round of ammunition. That going into an aircraft, that will do some damage. So, the Aerocomet, good tier 4 aircraft from what they've said. Top speed of over 650 kilometers per hour. Obviously, I'm expecting the acceleration will be low, but then once you get up to speed, you go a bit quicker. The armament of the C6. Yeah, the armament of the C6, from what I can tell, is it's basically a standard BF-110's main guns with a 30mm under the fuselage. But this, though, frontal armament, yeah, you got a 37mm, you got 350 cals, that'll do some good damage, and of course this is the final Operation Heat tasks for pilots, aircraft, so, we're going to have to see how this is, but I'm definitely intrigued. Back to the main thing, we're going to move on to looking at this real quick, so, flame decal. I don't know what they mean by flame decal, I'm not sure what they mean by that, but yeah, you get flame decals, it's pretty good. So, marks of distinction for pilots, random flame decal for 2, for 4 of them, flame decal for 5 of them, BF-110C6, 6 of them, another camo for the C6, 6 and 8 marks of distinction, you get then 2 more flame decals, 10 is the Aerocomet, and then 11 is the second camo for the Aerocomet, which I'm presuming is that silver one that we saw previously, and then for 12 you get another random flame decal. Going on to the boats now, the thing that everyone is very excited about. The River Class, a British boat at Tier 2, which will be an event. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so the River Class, the K246, offshore defender. So, improved firepower, better mobility than its predecessor, below average speed. Better mobility than its predecessor, below average speed. Okay. I believe this is an upgraded Flower class vehicle, from what I can tell. So the main armament consists of 2 4-inch or 102mm cannons, located one, I believe, there at the bow, and one back there at the stern. Decent stuff there. And there's also a bunch of 20mm cannons, which could be used for anti-aircraft, I presume. Yeah, I don't really play boats, so I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about. It's a boat. It does stuff. Don't really question it. But yeah, this is the first prize. It's a premium vessel. It's British. Yeah, not much to say about this. I really don't have much expertise. I believe they look to be depth charges. They look to be racks for dropping depth charges. There look to be a lot of them. Cannons there. Main cannon there. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to know what I'm talking about with boats. So, going back, now I'm going to take a look at the destroyer. We're giving out a destroyer, premium destroyer. The IGN Yudachi. Okay. I presume that's how it's pronounced. I might be wrong, though. Okay, so this looks to be the premium destroyer with a different paint scheme. Excellent primary armament, oxygen-driven torpedoes, fairly weak AA defense. Okay. So this will be the grand prize, tier 3 destroyer. They say it's a decent tier 3 destroyer. Okay, so 5 127mm primary guns, and two 4-barrel torpedo launchers, so 8 torpedoes overall, and these are 610mm torpedoes. So anti-aircraft armament, 2 single-barreled 40mm turrets. That's it. So you have 2 single guns for your anti-aircraft. That's concerning. And actually, I do see now it does differ from the premium, because at the front, same turret. That one, same turret. But here it has a single gun turret as well, giving it a bit of difference there. So yeah, it's got less guns, less anti-aircraft guns, very weak anti-aircraft defense. So that would be very concerning. Decent top speed though, 34 knots or 60 kilometers per hour. Crew of 180 people. Yeah, we'll see. I know that a lot of the Japanese boats, for some reason, only have high explosive rounds. If this has that, it can be a hindrance, especially if you're facing bigger, lighter cruisers, where you can't directly pen them and do damage on the inside. You need to just pound them just constantly to kill the crew, rather than actually being able to get those critical hits. So, we'll see what ammo this has. I probably won't be going for this myself. I don't really play boats all that much, so we'll have to see with that. And for the boats, of course, for 3 of these, you get a flame decal. I still don't know what these flame decals are. For 5, river class coupon. For 6, a camouflage for the boat. Then you get, for 6, you also get a flame decal. For 9, another flame decal. Then you get the... Have they spelled that wrong? That's been misspelled. Or this has been Something's been misspelled. But so the Yudachi coupon and Yudachi camouflage. And then for 12... you get a flame decal. For these actual marks of distinction for getting these, first off, marks of distinction for pilots by controlling aircraft, 35 enemies in AB, 18 in RB, 12 in SB. 18 in RB, controlling aircraft, that's doable in a day. That's doable quite quickly. Please note, these must be tier 3 or higher vehicles, and tasks change or be reset every 2 days at 11 GMT. So yes, then win 10 battles with an activity or 60% or higher. Again, in the course of 2 days, that's doable. 10 tons of bombs or TNT on enemy bases in total. I know the repair's high, but just take out your B-29, take out your TU-4, get 1 or 2 lucky games. You can easily get 5 tons in one run with those bombs easily, more than 5 tons in fact, so you could do that in 2 games. Destroy 4 enemies in RB in 1 game, or 11 in arcade, or 2 in SB. That's doable actually, that's easily doable. And then here, help allies 7 times to destroy enemy vehicles. Is that assists? Just get 7 assists? That's less than... Yeah, that's easy. Okay, they're not bad. For tankers, 45 enemies in AB, 23 in RB, and 15 in SB. Again, perfectly doable. You can easily do 5 or 6 or 7, maybe even up to 10 in a game with a few respawns in RB. That's doable. That's a few games. 10 battles with an activity or 70% or higher. That, again, over a course of 2 days, perfectly doable. Capture 15 points while controlling ground vehicle or helicopter. Again, over 2 days... 15 points. I don't know, go in just something fast, Ru 251, some light MBT, just push the points. Easily doable. And then destroy either 11 enemies in 1 battle, 6 enemies in 1 battle for RB, or 4 in SB. 6 in RB, if that is over multiple respawns, again, that's perfectly doable. That is just, you can do that easily. And then again, help allies 25 times to destroy enemy vehicles. If that's just normal assists, That's easy to do. You can do that. For boats, obviously, as I said, I don't really play boats much. I've only really played the Russians, so I've not got a massive amount of experience, but I'll try and go through this. So, for every 2 days, 25,000 damage whilst controlling a ship. It doesn't say in one game, so I'm presuming that means overall. Again, I've seen in some games up to 5-6k damage done while in a destroyer in even just one spawn, so I'd say that's doable. 10 games with an activity or 50% or higher, yeah, that also seems doable. Of course, tier 3 or higher, that's going to be for boats, your destroyers, and your light cruisers, and maybe even in some cases the heavy cruisers if you want to use your Japanese. Then you got capture 10 points in naval battles while controlling a ship or an aircraft. If you have a float plane, you could dive in there, though then again, lots of AA fire. Fast destroyer, go in there with a fast destroyer, that could certainly work. 3 enemies with torpedoes whilst controlling a ship or an aircraft. If that's just over the entire course of 2 days, again, that's doable. That's really doable. And then finish a battle on the first place in naval battles. Bit less doable, at least for someone like me. But if you play naval a lot and you're grinding these out, you can, if you're good at naval, you can probably get first place at least once in that 2-day course. So I would say all of these are doable. Tanks especially, that's easy. That's really easy, I would say. Especially if, like, the destroy 6 enemies in a battle in RB. If that is over multiple respawns in one game, that's easy. You can do that. That's not tricky. Detailed terms, let's just quickly go through this. To receive a mark of distinction, you need to complete any 3 tasks from the 5 respective types of vehicles. So 3 of them to get that mark of distinction. Can you get them for Golden Eagles? Okay, so you can complete the tasks in random battles, excluding enjoying confrontation and assault, in vehicles of tier 3 to 7. And for ships, that is, of course. Oh, no, never mind. For ships, it is tier 2 to 4. So if you want to get those cap points, go in some fast tier 2 vessel, zoom, maybe you're in a hydrofoil, zoom in there, get that point, and that is 1 down. Exact terms of the achievement are in the game client. Completing the task, win 10 times in combined ground battles. The task will be counted as completed with the type of vehicle you finish in the battle. So basically, I believe this means that to complete, win 10 times. So if you do a ground battle and you finish and you win the game, but you finish in an aircraft, it will be counted as an aircraft achievement, not as a tank. So make sure you finish in a tank if you're doing the tanks. Does it say where you can buy them for GE? Missed marks of distinction can be purchased in the achievement window until the 29th of August. Don't make an error by choosing between a group of achievement pilots, tankers, or so. Basically, choose the correct one that you're missing. Buy it for GE. It's usually 299 Golden Eagles, I believe. So that's what you can do if you miss one. Of course, they're not difficult, so I wouldn't see why you can't grind it out. But if you miss one for whatever reason, go ahead. Anyway, that is that. Operation Heat, as they're now calling it. It looks pretty good. I am excited for this. BT-7F-32. And of course the Albal 74, very nice, fast, premium, tier 5, stabilized gun. That thing is going to be a bloody riot. You're just going to absolutely wreck everything, and it will probably be quite cancerous to everyone else. Aircraft, the 110C6, you've got a powerful gun, looks to have some decent guns in the nose, big powerful gun underneath, good for ground battles. As they've said, it's a good CAS aircraft, and this has been demonstrated by the previous 110 variants, so this will likely be a nice thing to have chuck on your lineup. I'm hoping it'll be around a similar lineup, similar BR as the Pack Puma, so you can then have it at a similar BR to that. And, of course then, P-39A, the Aero Comet. It's a tier 4 premium jet. It's going to have lackluster performance in terms of acceleration and speed for sure, but it looks like a nice aircraft. Depending on the BR, it may perform well, it may perform fairly lackluster, but you've got a 37mm cannon, and you've got 350 cals. I don't think it has an issue in terms of firepower, no issues there, but of course the speed and the acceleration are the major thing I am interested to test out. Of course, for boats, River Class Tier 2 vessel for Britain, and the IGN Udachi, which is a Tier 3 destroyer, for the Japanese. So there we go, Operation Heat 2019, you may still call it Operation Summer. Either way, that is that. That is what you've got. Thanks very much for watching. I will probably re-upload. I'll re-edit this a little bit and re-upload it as a video in a few hours. So keep an eye out for that if you want to sort of be refreshed with that. I'll just edit it to make it a tiny bit shorter and a bit more compact. Anyway, though, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.